Hi guys, Katarina here and we are on Christmas card number 10, or I should rather say cards, since I made few of them. I will show you all the cards at the end, but in this video I'm concentrating on the black ones. Finally, I'm using a stencil. It's the Moroccan Mosaic Stencil from MFT. And I'm also finally using the Nuvo Mousse. I bought it back in summer for a card, but I ended up not using it. And I'm also will be using the texture paste and embossing powder. So let's start. I will start with the Nuvo Mousse. I first placed the stencil on top of a black cardstock that I cut down to fit an A6 card, and I placed it at an angle and secured it with washi tape. What I noticed, the Nuvo Mousse felt a little bit dry on the top. It might be that I didn't close the bottle correctly. This is the only Nuvo Mousse I have, so I cannot say for sure what caused it. Anyways, I took my palette knife and I applied the mousse across the panel. It was easy to spread the mousse around. It felt sort of like spreading a butter. Once I was finished, I took the stencil and I'm really happy I went with the black cardstock. It really helps the color of the mousse to stand out. I let it dry and washed the stencil and started working on the next card. If you watched my previous videos, you know that I used the texture paste on a few cards recently. But if I only use the mousse in this video, the video would be too short. And I never used the texture paste on a black cardstock, so I wanted to try it. I did the same here as on the previous panel. I secured the stencil with a washi tape, and I applied the texture paste, and then I sprinkled the clear sparkle embossing powder over it and heat set it. It is difficult to see the sparkle here on the camera, but in real life it really sparkles. One very important thing, after you apply the powder, go and wash the stencil before the paste dries. You can heat set the powder later. As you saw at the beginning, I made a few other cards, and here you can see a card where I used a red embossing powder. I also mixed red distress ink with the paste, but it was not needed. The powder covers it very well and you cannot see the texture paste at all. And here you can see how shiny it is. It really looks cool. And these cards are very easy to make. So if you have an embossing paste, texture paste, Nuvo Mousse, Nuvo glitter paste or Glimmer paste it's called, just give it a try. I would really recommend it. And talking about the Nuvo Glimmer paste, I did use it on my autumnal cards, but I bought it for Christmas, so I had to use it as well. This time I used a white cardstock, so the red color really stands out. I think it looks absolutely stunning. Next year I'm definitely buying different colors of the Nuvo Glimmer paste, and the same with the Nuvo Mousse as well. For the sentiment, I decided to use a die from Neat and Tangled that says winter and a stamp that says wishes. This is a very old stamp set that I use for the wishes, but this was the only stamp set I found that had a fitting sentiment that says wishes. One sentiment I stamped on a white cardstock and the other one on light green cardstock. I thought the green matches the color of the mousse. It's not a perfect match, but it's close. For each card, I used 4 of the die cuts that I glued on top of each other. I'm not going to show you the part where I glue all the pieces together. I think that part is super boring. I used the Zig 2-way glue pen. I find this is the best glue to glue multiple layers of small die cuts together. And then I adhered the winter sentiment on top of the panels. And the word wishes I adhered below the winter die cut using a foam tape. I actually used the sentiment winter wishes on the card number 9 in my last year's series. Make sure you check it out as well. I really made a cool background. I will link it at the end of this video. Next, I adhered both panels on top of white card bases. And lastly, I used the Wink of Stella glitter brush pen to add a little bit of sparkle on the sentiment. And this finishes the cards. I really like how shiny the Nuvo Mousse is. And again, I think it looks great on the black cardstock. And so is the white texture paste with the glittery embossing powder. And this time you can see it, the camera actually managed to pick up the sparkle as well. Before we end up the video, I could not resist and made other cards as well. 2 of them you already saw in this video. For the red one that you already saw in this video, I also stamped and embossed the sentiment. The sentiment is from Create a Smile, and you can see how shiny it is in the light. And for the rest of the cards, I used the winter dye again and glitter cardstock, and I stamped the word wishes directly onto the card with a black ink. So the next card is the one where I used the Nuvo Glimmer paste. It just looks stunning. I really love how it looks. It sparkles, it's glittery, and it's really festive. And on the next 3 cards, I used glittery embossing powder and texture paste. For the first one, I used a golden powder, and this golden powder has a lot of glitter in it. And I think it would also look great on a black cardstock. Maybe I will try it next time. And on the last 2 cards, I used embossing powders from Wow. I bought these in summer and completely forgot about them and found them by accident. The purple looks amazing, and so does the blue. I will say it over and over. It looks shiny, it looks glittery, and all the cards look very festive. But I think my favorites are the red Nuvo Glimmer paste and the purple one. Which one do you like most? Let me know in the comments below. And I would also appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We still have 2 videos to go. And in the next one, I'm going to be using another product from Nuvo. On the screen right now, on the left, you should be able to select the card number 10 I made last year. Here I used the texture paste again and another stencil. And on the right, you can select the card where I used the winter dye. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas to all of you. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!